it's magic, you know.
Hello, so I'm actually really excited to show you this video because it's the first video that has ever actually been suggested. It is going to be a study tips video, so I really hope that you enjoy and I hope that you find it quite helpful. Now, you really need to make sure that you are motivated before you start studying, and so I have 3 main tips. Number 1. Now, a lot of people who have done these sorts of videos have said that you should wear comfortable clothes before you start revision, but I disagree. I would say that it's much better to wear smarter clothes that are similar to the ones that you would wear at school. Now, this is definitely one of the most effective things that you can do, and that is by writing a minute-by-minute timetable. And I know that that might sound a bit boring and, very particular, but it really does help. Now, lastly, I'm not sure if this would actually work for everybody, but it certainly does for me. But that is because my 2 role models are Lisa Simpson and Hermione Granger, both of which are very hard-working and do very well in school. If I am ever not feeling motivated, I will think about them. To do this, I may read the Lisa book or Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. If you do have a role model that is hard-working, can really help. Now that you are motivated and ready to work, you need to make sure that the workspace that you are going to be in is tidy and everything is organised, because otherwise you may just be sitting at your chair and you may think, oh, well, that's out of place, I need to go and fix that. And that can really means that you have reason to procrastinate. But on a larger scale, you should try and make sure that your room is always tidy. Try and work at a desk, because when you do come to do your exams, you're not going to be sitting on a comfy sofa or bed. First of all, I would say that you really need to try and just do one subject a night. When writing your set of notes on everything that you need to know, I would suggest doing it on a computer. If you did lose that hard copy that you'd handwritten, you would be pretty gutted. Medicines for disease, female empowerment. I would say that it is important to use colour, but I don't think it's a good idea to use a dozen different colours because it will make your work look really cluttered and it won't be that visually attractive. It's much better to maybe use 2 or 3 colours that do go well together. Flashcards are honestly the best things ever. After I've written out my notes, I'll look over it and I'll think, what facts am I going to struggle to remember? And I'll simply write questions and answers for these on the flashcards. Really, whenever I can, I will look over these flashcards. As well as testing yourself, it can be very useful to get other people to test you. My mum is kind enough to take up a lot of her time testing me on my flashcards.
What is a gene?
A small section of a chromosome that codes for a particular characteristic.
Also codes for a particular protein.
It's also good to test other people on the work. Don't listen to music when you're doing work, but if you really want to, only listen to classical. I particularly like listening to Harry Potter and the Polar Express soundtrack. You want to make sure that you start studying as early as possible. Also, you want to make sure that you really do study for those end of topic tests, because it will make it a lot easier when you come to study at the end of the year. Try and do practice questions because it really will help to prepare you for the exams. And lastly, and most importantly, learning is supposed to be fun. So don't abuse the concept. You want to enjoy studying.